Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages, and everyone in between! I am Customer MacKnight, and we are back with MacKnight's Marketing Mondays. Kezrin, thank you for popping in even before we started. Today is May the 3rd, new month, and more information coming out. Today we are doing a little bit different, shift because I realized that I was doing you all a disservice getting ahead of myself. I had a few things that I was going to be planning on talking about, but we needed to bring it back a little bit. So, hopefully we'll be getting some good information out to you all today. That is the ultimate plan. So, first thing, just a little bit of house cleaning to get taken care of tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of things rocking and rolling. May the 4th will be with us, indeed, playing a lot of Star Wars. But in the afternoon, we're going to be doing a collaboration stream event with a handful of other streamers I was invited into, and it will be tons and tons and tons and tons of fun. So check me out tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of stuff coming in. Beyond that, you got a few other things coming through the pipeline. We'll be talking more about that as those develop. But that's where we're at for right now. The first thing I want to talk to you today is about branding. We talked a bit about it last week when we talked about what's your why? Why are you doing what you do? What is the point behind your content creation? We're going to be diving into more of what that's going to look like, what it's going to sound and feel like, and why it's important. There's a lot that's going to be going into it, so I'm going to try to be as exact without going into too much direct things as I normally do. Want to try to make this as accessible and applicable to everybody that is watching. So that's why I'm here. That's why we're doing it. So, of course, as always, if you have any questions, pop them in the chat. I will address them as best as I can. Thank you for joining us, Ski. Knew you were going to be popping in soon. But seriously, thank everybody. Huge thing. As always, ask the questions, and I will answer as best as I can. Welcome, Queenie! And welcome everybody else that is lurking in the chats. Now again, just to verify and establish my own street cred, or internet cred. Internet street cred? Is that a thing? We'll go with it. I am Customer MacKnight. I am a TikTok affiliate, former marketing man, or not TikTok affiliate, a Twitch affiliate. Sorry, I was thinking about other things, and I'll get to that in a moment. As to why I had TikTok on the brain. But I'm a former marketing manager. I'm in the top 3% of Twitch streamers. TikTok affiliate would be cool. I am not that cool. But the reason TikTok's been on the brain is TikTok has broken itself. So everyone out there, don't panic. You still have your followers. You still have the people you're following. It's broken. Hello, Roro, and welcome to Marketing Mondays. So, with the branding, as we were talking about last week with your why, what is your why of content creation? Today we're going to talk about what a brand actually is. In the corporate sense, many people think of the brand as the logo, like my lovely logo here is my brand, right? No, it is not. It is a simple thing that I use visually to tie all of my media together. The branding is so much more than that. We're not talking about, the branding of a cow that's gone to market. No, no, no. In marketing terms, your brand is twofold. There is your brand identity and brand perception. You can control one of these. The one you can control is your identity. You can decide what you're putting out there as a creator. You cannot control how it is received. So, my brand identity is being infotainment. So I am a helpful person. Clearly, as you can see with Marketing Mondays, I'm trying to help. And I try to be informative and entertaining. And I even do that in my gaming streams because that's kind of how I am. I talk about the game, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. I think I've gotten about half a dozen people playing Outriders just because of how I talk about the game. It's a fun game. I enjoy it, and I go through the reasons why. So I try to run that line of informative and entertaining. Does it always work? No, of course not. It doesn't always work. But I try. So that is my personal brand, the whole approach I try to move forward. Your brand is going to be different, and it should be different. The important things is you're looking into more than just what you're going by. You're going for more than a design, a visual representation. Your brand is everything that it communicates visually, auditorily, and even tactily if you have merchandise, which I recommend every brand at some point does. Not only that, it also is who you associate with. And I'll be diving in more in that point a little bit more. And then there is how well known is your brand. The more well known you are, the more clout you can carry. I hate that word, but I'm going to go with it. The more impact you can have as a brand to further your personal agendas. So let's break this down a little bit. Again, any questions? Let me know. I'm here for you. First is your name. I make it easy because right now my brand is Kestrel MacKnight. Ignore that. My brand is Kestrel MacKnight. My brand is simply who I am. And I am not running a specific character of me. So I am easily able to go, this is me, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing. It's not a question of I have to put on a character. I just put the best version of myself forward so that I can work forward with it. Is that the best way to do it? Eh. It depends. It's all on what you want to portray. If you want to be more outgoing, you can be more outgoing. Choose to be. But if you are not naturally outgoing, I'm going to tell you up front, it's exhausting. That's why I take the infotainment side. I take something that it doesn't take me a lot of brain power to think about what I'm seeing, what I'm doing, what I'm saying in those modes. That's also why Marketing Monday is usually about an hour long, because it's taking from a pool, but I'm much more conscious and cognizant of what is being said, of what is going on, and what I am doing. So, you have the name. You can easily either build around that, or build into that. So, with Kestrel MacKnight, I decided I'm doing a lot of kind of a medieval-ish style theme, and you even see it in with my logo up here. It heralds back to the shield and heraldry of medieval knights, although not sticking with heraldic code. I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole nother conversation. But it gives you that kind of chivalrous impression. Again, kind of want to be that nice guy, that upstanding folk. That's how the branding's tying in. All parts of your brand is connecting to each other. Or it should. You need to deal not only with what you are saying as a communication, but how you say it. If you are not aware, you should be, that 70% of communication isn't what you say, but how you say. If you are being incredibly technical and accurate, no one will care. But why? Why will people not care if you're giving them the correct information? It's actually rather complex. You see, people tend to lean into things that will either confirm their biases or make them feel a certain way. So, about 10% of your audience is always going to show up no matter what you do. About 10% of your people that come across your page are never going to stay. We don't care about those two. You can cater to the 10%, but again, they're going to stay no matter what you do. The other 10%, no matter how hard you try, thank you for following, Matheson. Pleasure. No matter how hard you try with the other 10%, there is nothing you can do to convert them. So let's focus on that 80%, those undecideds. Those who are going to stick around so long as you're entertaining or filling whatever need they need. Those 10%, your diehard supporters, you can help them out. You reach out to them, lean into them to get that boost of energy. Those 10%, the first 10%, the will never leave no matter what. They are your promoters if you tap into them. You want them to be your promoters because they're going to help you grow further than you can. They're the ones that go deep for you. The 80% is where you want to focus majority of your efforts because they have the biggest chance to help you grow and turn into promoters. That core 10% is great. They're going to help you get where you need to go. They're going to help you refine your brand into something that will be huge. And they may be what helps take that 80% into your follower base. Some of them may come into a, hey, we're now the diehards, we're going to be with it. So you get a lot of advantage by leaning into that. If you're not sure what your brand is, identify who those 10% are. The people who are always in your streams, who are always supporting you, hyping you up, going through, and say, hey, this may sound weird, but why do you follow me? What about my streams, my content? What is it that you connected with? They may have a reasoning that you never even thought of that you were doing. And that is something that you can lean into to grow said brand. Because it's something you're already doing, now you can highlight it. So, we get a little bit more of, we know what we're calling ourselves. We know how we're representing ourselves with either design or our logos or how we are dressed or what makeup we're whatever. We get those things. We're learning a little bit more about what we're communicating with our brand. This I'm going to spend way more time on. And I talked a little bit about this last week as well, but this is too important to ignore. And it's one of those times where I'm going to steal from a corporate world, even though I hate it on so many levels. What is your mission statement? Again, it's the why of streaming. And I'm always going to come back to what is your why. It is so important, and it's important to understand your why can change. It is so vastly important to be aware of that. You can change your why whenever you want. If your circumstances change, it's okay. If you want to be a full-time content creator, one, don't stick with one platform. That's just, you can do it, you're just going to make it harder for yourself. Two, let's say you have an addition to your family coming soon. Is your full-time content creation able to support that, or do you need to change something up? I can't answer that question for you. That's between you and your family. But it's okay to change your why. Is it you have to change focus because of these things? I 100% disagree with anyone that says you have to go where the people are. Because it's not true. It's not true. How many people are doing a marketing style conversation on Twitch? It's very, very rare. But very few of the people that do that even have the real background to back it up. They're learning as they go. Or they're talking about myth or perceptions. Because there are some... One that I've heard recently is, most businesses fail within the first year. And that is statistically true. But they're missing the aspects of why. Most businesses are not financially solvent to start, and they've got to go through growing pains because they don't know the steps. I'm here to try to help you avoid these growing pains, to help you avoid the problems, to set up in the right path. So we're looking at the branding. We are looking at what's going through. So let me ask you a question. What comes first in most businesses? The sales or a brand awareness? If you said brand awareness, you're wrong. It is sales 100% of the time. And you might be asking yourself, but I'm a streamer. I don't have a product. I'm not selling anything. Or I'm on TikTok. I'm not selling anything. You are and you aren't. Every person out there. Exactly, Matheson. And exactly, Kezrin. Sales dictate business awareness, and you are the product. So, by being on screen and talking out to people, you're the product. People pay thousands of dollars for seminars where they learn nothing because someone told them they had to go. They go and learn a bunch of buzzwords that are meaningless. I like to avoid them because I'd rather give you real information. Who needs the fluff? Forget that. So, your sale as a streamer is in three main ways. Follows. And I'll get to why follows is still important after you get affiliate. But follows, subscribers, and cheers. Those are the three main ways. If you have a merch store, great. They're another way to get in. Streamloots is another fantastic way because it's something to help interactivity with your chat, and they're fun. But they do have ways to make money with Streamloots. There's also free ways to do it. That's a whole nother thing. So these come important, and depending on where you're getting your sales from, will depend on how you're adjusting how that goes. Am I looking to get more followers? Am I looking to get more subscribers? Am I looking to get more cheers? What am I looking to get out of everything at this time? There are a lot of ways to operate and deal with this. And if you see me looking over on the side, that's because I'm referencing my notes, because I don't want to get lost. So we are working to move forward, to advance, and to build stronger. Yes, stream and do content creation because you enjoy it. Everything that you put forward should be a passion and labor of love. But if you want to grow, be conscious and cognizant of the business side of your brand. That means, how are these things working? How am I being presented? Aware. And then where am I getting that growth and what am I doing to get that? So when you're starting, your brand awareness will feed into itself. That will build in your sales, your subscriptions, your followers. And I hear a lot of folks going, well, followers don't mean anything after you hit affiliate. That's not true. Now, do you have a specific goal for follows after you hit that 50 mark of affiliate, as far as Twitch is concerned? No. But follows make it easier to reach your people. If they're lurking in Twitch and we're watching someone else, they will get an alert at the top of the chat saying you're about to go live. If they're following you, they'll be in the left-hand side that you're live. And not only that, what you're live doing. Follows are powerful. They are that 10% who are going to be there with you. I know when I go looking for people to raid, 99% of the time it's from my follow list. Sometimes I will get it from a referral, and many of you have been in these going, hey, I want to kind of prime for what you're going into. I don't do a blind referral because of the association. If I raid somebody that is not doing something that matches my values, if they're rubbing me the wrong way, I'm not going to raid them. I don't care how big of a streamer they are. I'm not going to name any names, but there's a few streamers I've been in this last week where I'm going, it's not my thing. They've got a lot of people in the chat, but I don't agree with what they're doing. I don't agree with their comedy style, with what they're talking about. I don't want to send my viewers there. Even if it were to mean I would get a shout out and possibly get some of their viewers into mine, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to be the guy that's seen as trying to ride the coattails of another streamer. I don't want to be the guy that seems that I'm just popping in because I am so diametrically opposed to what they're doing. It doesn't make any sense. So, not only do I have a concept of what my personal values are, I'm also concerned about who I associate with raids. This also, oh my god, this is so important too. This matters with your moderators as well. If your moderators are not on the same page as you, or they're starting arguments or causing drama in your chats, you need to handle it one way or the other. That's part of why I'm very picky about my moderators. I'm very careful with it because of I want them to be 100% conscious cognizant of my brand, my values, so that if something does happen and go wrong, we can try to address it and fix it. And I don't want them to be causing a problem. Because if a problem's caused, I'm one of those people that will like, okay, sorry, you're done. I can't have my reputation brought down because I worked hard for my reputation. If you don't care about it, I don't care to have you supporting me. I'm that kind of guy. Should you be more forgiving? That's up to you. What's your brand? What is it that you want to be known for? I'll get into chaos in just a moment, but thanks for bringing it up because I did want to address that. Chaos is an important part of this. When you're building your brands, especially in associations, it's not just who you're associating, but what you're associating with. So, and I see it a lot, and I don't want to harp on chaos because a lot of people use it as Let's create a little bit of fun with some unpredictability. And usually that's how it goes. Usually. But the word chaos in particular can have a negative connotation. Depending on the person, I can't control their perception of the word chaos. Whereas you're just coming in to stir things up a little bit, someone else may hear chaos and feel the world crumbling around them. Was that your fault? No. But does it reflect as to how they're going to view you? Yes. Was that your intention? Probably not. But by saying, I am an agent of chaos, it could be an unintended consequence. Just like, there are some folks that remind me of my ex-wife. Is it their fault? No. Is it going to color my perception of them? Yes. And it's not going to be in a positive way. But it's something that we need to be aware of. Both our own biases, if it's something that they had no control over, and us overcoming that. And is this really what I want to portray? Because there's a large difference between being low-key chaotic and puck chaotic. Both are chaotic, but it's different goals. Puck is more lighthearted and, comeuppance type of chaos. Whereas Loki is, let's see what happens. Let's just let it burn and eventually something will happen. Maybe good, maybe bad. I don't care. So, I'm not saying get away from it, but I'm saying be mindful of it. If that is what you want to be, cool. I'm not judging. I just want it to be known. The other thing is, do you want to... Yes. 100%. I'm going to read this out specifically. Queenie, you are 100% correct. That's also a friendship you build up over time. You can create boundaries that you know not to cross, but you shouldn't go into a new relationship with a chaotic or chaos mentality. And Queenie is a good example. As you see, she is a moderator of mine, and we have talked frequently. We know where we can get away with jokes, but at the same time, if someone comes in and starts trying to make that joke with me that Queenie has never seen before, I know she was like, excuse me, is this okay? Are we going to allow this one? Because I don't know them. Do they know you? Let's make sure. And we clear that because that's how we are with each other. We have built that trust to get there. You should go into a new relationship, new friendship, new brand movements with that concept of, this is the best version of me, and let's do what we can to protect it. It is great to have that. So, there is another concept with your brand that's more on the salesy side as opposed to just marketing. Now, sales and marketing have a very intertwined relationship. Marketing is more about getting yourself out there, while sales is converting that information into a tangible use for your channel or your content or whatever it is. So it's getting those people with the call to action. One of the most common, popular, and stupidly easy ones is merch link in bio. Or check out my link tree for my other social media. Or anything like that. Hey, Citrus, welcome to the stream. So you've got a lot of information that you are dealing with and juggling as a content creator. So you need to be aware of what you're putting out, what you're associating, what you're connecting through. And then you want to give them a trigger to, see, time back into the steps. A trigger to convert from a viewer to a member of some sort. Be it a follower, a subscriber, a customer. There's someone who's coming to view, and you have some form of call to action. Easiest way on streams is you have a bot. TikToks are easy to put it in with a conversion to bring them to another place. Twitch or YouTube or wherever else you are. Because TikTok is breaking itself again. And again, just a friendly reminder, if you happen to be on TikTok and you notice that your follows and followers have gone to 0, it's because TikTok's broken at the moment. But these, again, they're all things to be conscious with your brand. How do you want to do that is another brand moment. Some are very aggressive. They're like, hey, check out the merch link in the bio, and for check out, use promo code. Those are all, they're there because they work. Same with advertising. People hate advertising because it works. The problem with it is it's intrusive. I just wanted to watch my video, but I have to sit through this minute ad. I just wanted to, keep listening to music, but now I've got an ad. And ad agencies work very hard to try to make them interesting, and they fail. A lot. It happens. That's okay. You're going to fail. A lot. But as I said, the only way you fail completely is if you don't learn. So, let's come back to what I was talking about with your brand identity versus your brand perception. Again, check out the Into Your Eyes UK Gov ad later, honest. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out, Ski. Is it as bad as the Dumb Ways to Die? Because that was a great marketing campaign for the Australian Rail. Took a real hard turn at the end of that song, but anyway. Again, the brand identity is what you can control. You are able to control what you say, what you do, your appearance to a certain degree. You can control what you are streaming. You can control what is going through. Oh, I hate those guilt trip. As bad as the ASPCA commercials. But I'll take a look at that. So, I kind of like to break it down like this. After you identify what attributes that your business will have, and you have established the personality for it and kind of given yourself the mold of your brand, you will want to focus which things you want to highlight as your brand identity. So if you are someone who is a very chill, laid-back, comfort streamer, these are going to be things you'll want to highlight and focus. If you are someone who wants to highlight a visual appearance, or be the e-girl or thirst trapper or anything like that, that's what you're going to want to highlight in there. If you want to be known more for your personality and your intellect, you can do that as well. You'll highlight those concepts and focus more on how you talk more than how you look. These are things, again, things that you can control. Now, are you going to be able to stop somebody from commenting on your appearance, especially if you are a lady on the internet? No! Can you purge them and reprimand them for it, or just ignore it entirely? Yes. Much with public, as I was saying a few weeks back, if you bring attention to it 9 times out of 10, you are going to actually promote the behavior as opposed to reduce the behavior. So, if you feel the need to address it simply, calmly, and then move on. Now, that may not stop you from going, what the hell was that all about? Because I've done it myself a few times. But you don't need to make a big deal of it, because if you make a big deal out of it, it actually encourages the bad behavior. So, once you get your identity established, and you're able to do these as a repeat motion, over and over and over and over, your brand image will start to grow. And see, I prefer timeouts first. Now, again, that's different for every person, and there is a difference of severity. I like to time out first and give them the option, basically have them sit in the corner and think about what they've done. I have also gone through, and I have banned people from different places I've moderated because they don't care. That's all right. Again, you control your content. You control what you do. Don't let them dictate because they're a viewer. For example, and I didn't want to get into this week, but it comes up, it goes with this conversation well. And I'll touch on it more. There is a dichotomy on gift giving. And this is exactly why a lot of people, especially women, will feel uncomfortable when they're being given gifts. Because for most people, giving a gift, there is a unspoken implication that I deserve something back for giving said gift. I expect something more than just a thank you. Now, for me, I give a gift, all I expect is a thanks, an appreciation, because that's me. But I'm the minority in that. People expect something in return, because that's how, at least in the US, we've been trained to. So, when you start gifting over and over and over and over and over, people will feel awkward about it, because they're like, well, why am I getting all of this? What's going on here? Should I be doing more in return? As a content creator, the answer is no. Never. If they expect something else, they misunderstood the social contract between viewer and streamer, viewer and content creator. Your gift, your support is telling the streamer or the content creator, whatever platform they're on, that you like what they're doing and you want to help make sure they can keep doing it. If you are expecting anything beyond that, you're wrong. Now, exactly, Ski, it feels like a debt when people give me a gift for no reason. But what they are saying, or what you should view what they are saying is, I like what you're doing, keep doing it. That's what those are about. If they are going over the top and giving these gifts and giving, with a implication of more than just a thank you for da-da-da on your stream, get rid of them. That is a unequivocal banhammer moment for me. Because it is telling me that they are trying to buy the person, and while my content is for sale through views, through likes, through subs, through all of this stuff, and while I want to grow and become a full-time, without any problems, content creator, I will not give more. Like, you will get a conversation. I will talk with you just because I want to see what I'm doing right. But that's more because clearly you like what I'm doing. I want to see what about it that you like so much. And I'll take that as a, upon advisement. But at the end of the day, again, I'm in control of my content. No one else gets to dictate it. That's why you will not see on my streams any reward based on a monetary thing, unless I am 100% planning on doing it already. So, never. I will never do that. For me personally, no. Because a lot of the times they're out to sabotage the stream or just buy a person out of something. Like, I don't know. And that's the nicest way to do it. And I wouldn't be polite about it, personally. I'm a fairly open person as far as what I will do on camera, so long as it falls within terms of service. But, like, if I'm playing alone, I don't care if I die. Yes, obnoxious, but I don't care. Because, at the end of the day, it's a game. If I'm playing with someone, I will not do anything that will sabotage the group. Unless it is a pre-planned, we know what's going to happen. Like, Vermintide, for example, is a great example for this. When I'm playing Vermintide with Phoenix and RN, or whoever else I have been playing with at the time, I'll get to that in a second, Citrus. I will go through, and we get the chaos with the Twitch chat interaction with that, and I love that, because it makes the game more interesting. But I personally, and I know that Phoenix and RN will, and that was an accepted and agreed upon thing. I knew about that. But my channel points, my stream loots, nothing in my will take it so that I will remove my hands from the keyboard, or close my eyes, or just yeet into lava. If it's with a cooperative thing, I don't want to do that, so I will not have that available. My stream loots cards usually have me saying or doing something weird or unusual, or will have me do something quick. I don't like the ban action cards. Again, I will do it if I'm alone, but if I'm with another player, I won't do it unless it is something that was agreed upon, because I don't want to make their experience bad. I want it against me. That's what my stream loots are for. That's what my channel points are for. If someone else is in, like I was playing with Dapper on Saturday, and I had a lot of redemptions for the Sing card, and he started singing along just because he thought, why not? I wasn't going to hold him to it, but he decided to do that, and that's fine. I won't take those particular things. My stream loot cards are a lot of fun, scare sounds, things of that nature. But again, that's my stream. If they want to come in and dictate what my stream is with bits, they can fuck off. That's not going to happen in my streams. All of that said, you get to control it. And I've seen a few of those videos of, hey, if you stop streaming, I'll donate money. And I go, hey, you can donate all the money you want. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Not just as a brand itself, but as a gamer, I don't like it when people sabotage through. There are exceptions. Like, and I don't fault the people that do it. I really don't. It's a little bit frustrating, but I understand why they do it, and they have their own established thing, and that's fine. Again, I don't care. I am probably one of the more chill people throughout. I'm going to get more irritated when the game screws me over. let's talk about pacify for a second. I have more problem with when the game is broken than if something stupid happens in game. There are times, and I didn't complain. One of my favorite, this actually was a funny time. One of the favorite times, I was playing Phasmo. Queenie plays a stream loose card on me to go out and shine a flashlight on a teammate during a hunt. And it brought to one of the most hilarious deaths I've ever had in that game. But it was obnoxious. Now, we were already getting our asses kicked, so there was no way to do it, and I tried to save something out of the game, but I missed my photography shot, so no big deal. But again, it was another time where we knew it was going to happen in the game. Everybody else agreed that things like that might happen. If it's something that is going to impact the game and it is with other players, clear it with them first. Because I don't want them to get upset with me and jeopardize having fun later. As a gamer, I want to respect them. And as a streamer, I want to respect them. So that's why I personally won't do it unless it is something that we know is going to happen. Again, Vermintide, there is no way to control how that one's going to go. And that's why we do the Twitch chat integration. That's why it's fun for that. We go and we have fun. It's what it's about. You control your stream. And you can decline specific actions if they throw it in and refund them the points. Most people in my streams know. Most of them understand this is what we're doing, this is how we're going, this is where we're moving to. Those that don't, I just say, hey, I'm not doing that right now because XYZ. I apologize. Hit you up later. Kind of like the song request things. We have to be conscious of DMCA. We're not doing that. Exactly, Queenie. If anyone out there is okay with doing what I said I wouldn't, that's cool. That's on you. I mean, if, just for example, not saying I'm putting that up there, but let's say I get 500 subscriptions. And I go, I got 500 subscriptions, I'm going to do a hot tub stream, just to stick it to those hot tub streamers that I really don't care. Their audience is not my audience. They don't affect me at all. But as a joke, if I said, hey, if I hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to do a hot tub stream. I'm not saying that I will. Just for an example. That would be one way about it. But I wouldn't expect, one, I wouldn't expect to get it, but two, I wouldn't expect anyone else to do that. Because I like goals that reward my community. I'm also one of those that is I don't care about those that are using dresses or anything as a reward, but it's different when it comes from you than from your community. It's a very different power balance thing. And you as a streamer and as your brand should have power over what you're representing, over what you're wearing, over what you're doing. If you wanted to do, hey, if we hit this mark, you get to choose what cosplay so long as it's within TOS, awesome. Or you have a donation reward, you get to choose a cosplay. That's actually a fun idea. I like that idea. And you're part of it, Ski, with that one, is you're still new, trying to figure out where your brand is and what kind of things they'd like to see, and you're using that as a reflection of your community. You're taking the brand image and moving it into your identity. And that's not a terrible way to go about it, but it is slightly backwards. If it works for you, and with how chill and your streams tend to be, I'm not going to say don't do it. At the end of the day, do what's comfortable. But it is usually easier to have that control through. And I've seen you go through with a lot of your community going, hey, this is what we're doing, this is how we're adjusting, moving, going, and all this stuff. This is the direction I want to go. Awesome. Do it. Be you. Now, we're going to hit one more topic here. And that's okay. When I get to those points where I have a hard time making a decision, there are a handful of people that I talk to. I'll ask my wife a few things, which you don't have a wife, that's okay. I'll say, hey, what do you think about this? Trying to think about this thing. I normally don't have a hard time making decisions, but I will get a response of, okay, these are kind of ways I was going. What do you think? I will often ask Queenie about a lot of these things because she and I have similar views and values, which is, again, why she's a moderator. And she has a different viewpoint on how to move things forward, and sometimes it works. One of the big differences is we have a different philosophy, as it were, of our overlays. She is much more minimalist, while I am a little bit more utilitarian. So I want to have all the things that I have working right, where she is much more of an open view type of person. Again, neither one's wrong. We just have different approaches. And we've talked about this at length. And if there was, at one point, if people didn't know us, they probably thought we were arguing with each other, where we were just stating our viewpoints and why. And in hindsight, that would have been hilarious to watch from the sidelines, because we were agreeing with each other while not agreeing with each other. Yeah, and that's not a problem. If you don't have... Now, first of all, this goes out for everyone out there. If you have a question, I know Kezrin and I know Kedar have both asked me individually, hey, I'm looking to try to do XYZ, what do you think? And I tell them. Now, almost everything people have come up to me with has had a way to work. And a couple times I said, this can work. This is what we need to do to adjust it to make sure it goes right. Which actually brings me to my next point. What is your brand strategy? And that is when you've established what you want your brand to be. You know your why. You know how you're doing it. You know you want control, and this is the identity you want for your brand. What is your strategy? How are you going to move it forward? And there's a lot of ways to do that. You can, and it is allowed in the Twitch terms of service as well as terms of service with every social media platform. You are allowed to run paid advertisements to direct to your social media. Is it a good idea? No. Targeting to a social media is not going to help. It might get you some more people, but the return on investment of that is going to be so low. It's not going to be good. What is better, if you want to do a paid advertisement thing, set up a website specifically to be the hub of you. For your Facebook, for your tweets. Make it a personal blog. Put in a little bit of everything. Everything comes through there. And get an integrated Twitch live alert. There are ways to do it. There are smart people that are much better at web programming than I am. That may be something you might be seeing from me soon. MacKnight.com. Don't steal that website. I will cut you. But these are things that you want to be aware of. You can, and I 100% disagree with anyone that says you don't need your own website. You don't need it, per se, but you can do so much more on your own website than you ever could through a social media on its own. It allows you to do so much more, and even more than that, and it's something that I've been struggling with in trying to get my own merch stores up, I want my own URL where I can say, if you're not getting it from here, it's not me. I cannot vouch for the quality. I cannot vouch for the content. This is it. Because I've got control over my own identity, my own brand. I've got some samples coming in soon from a few things that I will know if the spot I was going through is going to be a decent quality. If it's not, I've got a few others lined up. Will I be upset that I spent money on something? Yeah. Oh well. So, the big thing, unless you are ready for a truly next level possibility, don't spend money on ads. Your strategy should be, especially at the level that most of us are, that's always a good idea. I just find it hilarious. I'm just thinking skiwastaken.com. I wonder if there is a ski.com. If there is a ski.com, buy that one too and route it to Ski Was Taken just for giggles. Sorry, that was just, it was funnier in my head. So what you would end up doing is, with the brand, with all of that, and getting something centralized, again, to make sure that if someone is sniping your stuff, you have a spot, like, because there's not much you can do about it. I mean, there is, but there isn't, and it's a long, involved process. Just, yeah. That's weird, but okay. That I don't have an answer for that, but yeah. That's perfect. So, with all of these things, the best way to grow before you make it to a point where you are a full-time, you are making full-time money, the best way is networking. And there are some really easy ways to do it. First one, chat with people in their Twitch streams. Chat with the streamers. It's a great way to do that because you chat in their stream. And I don't mean, hey, come check me out at my stream. I mean, get to know them. Watch what they're doing. I will watch a streamer 2 to 3 times before I chat with them. And if I chat with them, there's a high chance that I will raid them if our stream times will line up. So if I'm ending while they're streaming or anything like that, I will do that. There are some people that I stream with a lot, that I watch a lot, that I finally got around to set up to auto-host. So when I'm offline, if they're on and I didn't raid somebody else out, it'll just pop to their channel. Because they, in my eyes, they deserve it. So we've got to balance. And hell, if I was a Twitch partner or TikTok famous to get a Twitch partner, I would set up a Twitch team and then auto host with the team. And again, I'd be taking that I'd actually take that more seriously when I was hiring people. I wouldn't use MacKnight, because what I would do is the people on that team would then also have the ability to join in with what I am working on, which is tentatively named Griffinheart Gaming Group, where we are going to be doing after review period reviews on video games to keep developers honest and to say, okay, this had a really crappy launch. Let's take a look at it, see where it's at after a month. Did they fix something over the month? Or is it still a hot steaming pile of garbage? So that is one of the things that I'm looking at doing, and that is hopefully by the end of this month, that will be in place. There's a few things, not the team itself, but the Griffinheart Gaming Group, YouTube will be set up. I've got to get some graphics and other stuff going, but that's another issue. I also hate asking people to work for free, so yeah. Details. But it's something that I wanted to have that collective so it can grow, so it's not just me as time goes on. Because I can only do so much with only so much time in the day. And with that, I will be also searching for editors down the line as well, and yada yada yada. It's going to be a whole thing. If it ain't big, I'm not dreaming it. So that's what we got going. But again, part of my brand. So you're talking with these streamers, you're getting to know them. What's the other way? Well, how did most of us meet? Most of us met through Discord. And I've met some great people. I one hit wonder, created the basement, and did a phenomenal thing. Creating the community and turning his community into somewhere where streamers and more can come to find ways to grow. Is there more that can be done with it? Yes. Are they working on it? I can say yes. I can't say more than that. But we are working on it. There is so much involved. And there are a lot of moving parts, and Juan is looking at doing more stuff as well, more focused on streamer development. And that's great. House MacKnight, we are working on developing a different way. I'm trying to run largely, and the community's not terribly active at the moment, that's largely my own fault. But I am working my Discord to be more whatever kind of support we need, we're going to grow. Some place where we can talk about movies, TV shows, games on a deeper level. And we did that. One of the best conversations we had, R and I ran off on the Mortal Kombat for a few threads. And it's okay. It allows us to expand more. And I've got something for a little bit of everything that I am interested in. There's a few things here and there that we're going to be growing. And hopefully, I keep growing, can grow that as well, so that I can grow alongside the basement too. It'll happen. I've got a little bit of a, catching up to do. That's all right. But that's fine. So to wrap everything up, again, unless anybody has questions, networking is going to be your best friend once you've established your brand identity. Because you can then move forward and find people that match your identity and start making those connections. They don't have to be a carbon copy clone of you, but they have to be someone at least that shares your values, so it's a nice positive handoff to get things rolling. This way we can move, act, and grow. If there is something that you want to piggyback off of somebody and go, hey, I really like your content. When do you normally end? Because I would like, if that's okay, to ride that wave a little bit with something similar. And then you can set something up, a collaboration that way. There's multiple ways to collaborate. I've been talking a little bit on it on my TikToks. I've had some random people who weren't even brave enough to put their own username in there that tested me. the last one that I posted because I just got frustrated. But I will be doing more on that because I've been lucky enough to have a good number of collaborations since I started. And while my collaboration streams haven't been phenomenal viewer counts, I've learned a lot from it of what I like, what I don't like, and what makes them successful, as far as a good experience for everyone involved. So we'll be talking about those a little bit later, and talking, again, more conversational stuff in the future. And I'll actually get into what I want to talk about this week, next week. But as always, it has been an absolute pleasure. Time zones can make collaboration streams difficult. They can, no doubt about it. But here's a great thing. You also don't need them. The good thing with collaborations is it gives you an opportunity to have a visual, real-time, in-person networking. The bad thing about collaborations is if you end up with a very strong personality, who is not aware that they are a strong personality, you may actually end up hurting yourself in the long run. And there are some viewers, or there's some streamers, I should say, that have the concept of, I need to fill dead space. There are other streamers that they can very much be oof to stream with. I've had a couple. One of them I absolutely refuse to stream with ever again. The other one, we're talking about how things, didn't go right, and we're working on a few things. And we may try in the future. But, like, if both folks are strong personalities, it is hard to keep up high energy. That's why I tend to do a more chill stream, the infotainment. And so I take it that route with when they're very high and over the top or very strong personality. You don't have to be high energy to be strong personality. I can be when I want to. I normally don't on streams because, again, I'm trying to be chill. But I can be a dominating presence. And I've done that a few times on streams, but for the most part, I don't need to. It's chill. I just rock and go forward. I try to take it more casual when I have to, as opposed to, you're fucking doing this! Because again, I'm here to have fun, end of the day. That's why I'm here. And I want this to be an enjoyable career for me. So, we got things to move forward with. And I believe that this is resonating with most of you all. So, I appreciate you all joining with me on this throughout. Oh, I love when you get excited about the games. I absolutely love it. It's fun. It is an entertaining thing to see. And these are things that we are aware of, or we should be aware of as streamers. When we get excited about things and get into it, it's great. I honestly love that you do the just chatting before your game streams now, because you seem to get more comfortable when the game comes on. I understand you still feel a little awkward when it starts, but once that camera switches from you just chatting and then moves into you playing the game, every time I've seen you do that, you've been much more into the game, much more going through. You were a little out on that one, but I get it. For me, it's good. As a viewer, it's a good thing. We want and we expect a real reaction. And that's one of the things we get an advantage of as streamers as opposed to professional actors. A lot of times they never get the real reactions on camera. but you always know when they do because it is so powerful. So we get those opportunity to do that and have that connection. That's the easiest part, easiest thing to put in with your brand, is that reality. And you should. You should. It's okay to be temporarily vulnerable with your audience. And I'll go more into that next week as to what temporary vulnerability looks like and how to use that and why it's important. Next week, we're going to look a bit more into how to craft in and communicate and connect with your audience to help convert them from audience to community. It is a very important concept, and it's something that will move forward, and it may take a few episodes, honestly, because it's a lot. It is an awful lot. But until next time and beyond, I am Kestra MacKnight. I appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around, supporting me through this crazy journey that we are going through. Hopefully, something of this has helped you move your own personal platforms forward a bit more. I do have some collaborations in the work. Tomorrow will be a great run. Queenie and Ski both are going to be joining with the group Work from Rome, and many more are going to be playing a Among Us style game in the afternoon, and I will be in full Jedi cosplay as I'm playing a lot of Star Wars Battlefront and/or Squadrons tomorrow. Feel free to hit me up and we'll get some stuff in if you would like to join me for that. But right around 6 our time, I think, we'll be doing 6 Pacific. We'll be doing stuff for the Among Us style game, which looks to be a lot of fun. Earnman420 was the one that suggested this particular one, and it's looking to be hilarious. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope to see a lot of you there. It'll be a lot of fun going through. We will catch you all next time. Thank you for the cheer, Kezrin. And I think I know who I'm going to raid, but I just need to double check my lovely list of people. Yep, I only got one option at the moment, so we're going to come in. You know him, you love him. He is a high energy and fun guy. He's about halfway through his stream. So let's go give the love to Spider in the most inappropriate way we possibly can. See you all most likely tomorrow, because that's kind of how... Probably going to do something. Lots of something tomorrow, so. And once again, catch you all next time.